to the MerseyGirls channel right now and watch our live 80 people now. So yeah. Thanks. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
You can see your legs, by the way, Poppy. It doesn't matter.
Okay, you live?
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
We need to
You go on live on your phones. No, don't you join it on your accounts.
Yeah. Is that gonna like you're gonna hear it or turn
How
it
do I
down
see
maybe?
it?
So basically, we need to.
Oh, it's.
How many people are on?
24.
That's quite good.
Hey guys.
Apparently I'm still live, but I'm not.
Where's
So home. BeHeard live episode.
Should we mute it? Oh, because we're
Yes.
gonna be like.
We can. By the way, we can see like your comments on our phones. So you comment, and then we can like read them and talk about different stuff.
But like, don't just give us a topic. Like, well, you can give us a topic, but if you've got a story
Yeah.
that you want to maybe share so that we can hear your story and try and give you some advice or see what we would do.
Has anyone
Basically, we've been doing it for a couple of weeks, so we have covered a lot of topics, but there are definitely lots that we've missed, and you might not have even heard your whole like seen your
So
stories.
the first thing I've seen was PTSD. I don't know where it's gone. Don't say the like names
No,
of
no.
the people.
Yeah, we'll keep you anonymous, obviously. So don't worry about that.
Anyone ever suffered from PTSD? Someone said.
I have
I
never.
thought you said you did after the fairground
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
incident.
I like had like a ride incident in Pleasure Beach, Blackpool, and like I couldn't sleep on my own for ages after it, and I had like nightmares about it and stuff. But then I got it all like therapy, and now I'm fine.
You haven't been on a ride since, have you?
No,
Oh,
I never got a
couldn't read
ride
the whole
like ever
time.
again.
So I'm just looking for
So I kind of did, but it wasn't like really bad and didn't make me like depressed or anything. But yeah.
Someone's commented this. Can Alice and Becky share their anxiety stories? If it's okay, if not.
I think everyone is aware of them.
I feel bad for like dumping you all in it there, but go on.
I don't really know how to share it, like where to start.
Your episode too, like.
Yeah, I did do some episodes on my YouTube channel about it and I explained it all there, but I'm just trying to remember what I did. Basically, I just suffer from anxiety and a lot of things cause me to stress where they wouldn't cause many other people to, like,
Changing plans.
What are your
Changing
worst
plans.
like symptoms?
I have death anxiety and that's horrible because everywhere I go, I think I'm gonna die. But I'd say maybe, I don't know, I don't like confrontation. I can't do that. Can't go up to people and speak.
She
to them.
can though.
That's
She
really
does.
hard.
Like the plans
Cause
or
I'm
something that you like.
Yeah, I
read
don't
about.
like it if it's a good plan changing, but that's quite a lot of people are like that. But it's mainly like arguing with people, and I don't like. I get really anxious around drunk people, and I don't like it when you guys go up to people and speak to them.
Yeah.
Like today at Salmon Walk, I really can't do it. I just get so nervous and I shake.
It's like a bit of social anxiety.
Yeah, a bit like social anxiety. I don't know. And I've had panic attacks. If you ever have had one of them, then you can always speak to me because I know what they feel like, and I hope everyone's okay. Yeah, that's my story. It's pretty basic.
What do you find your like main symptoms are?
Me?
No, Becky.
I'm kind of similar to Ali. Like me and Ali are dead similar in
Yeah.
that way. And
Yeah.
like, because we were both dead shy when we were like young and
Used to
stuff like
cry
that.
all the time.
Literally.
New
all the time.
situations.
New
We're both
situations.
like that.
Like
I-
I think it's both like speaking to like people you don't know like today and stuff.
Yeah, and if it's like you have to start a new thing.
Yeah, like even when I was younger, so when you're like a baby, you have like this night routine, like you have your bath at a certain time, you go to bed at a
Yeah.
certain time. When that changed as I got older, I didn't like that changing,
Yeah.
even when I was like 2.
Really? So that's like
That's interesting.
from like a young age.
Interesting.
It kind of makes
That's
sense
just like
now.
it's like
Yeah.
nature rather than nurture as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, because you didn't know what it was. when
Yeah.
you were two, so.
But then also I was doing my GCSEs at the same time as Britain's Got Talent. That was very difficult.
Oh yeah, that must be.
That was very stressful.
stressful.
So like, because I got really ill from doing that, because I was doing so much and I was getting so stressed that I was ill for a few weeks. And then they were going to put me on like this medication. They were going to put me on beta blockers, but then that would affect my dancing. So then
What's that?
it like stops your heart beating so fast. So like, close my heart.
that's cool.
But then I just went on holiday instead.
And had some rest. and
That's actually
recuperation
quite
there.
a good like therapeutic thing.
Yeah.
You commented health anxiety. I'm not sure if that's what you were saying. Health death anxiety thing.
Someone just brought up something that we haven't really mentioned much about, which is mental blocks.
Oh yeah.
And this person has it like in particular with trampolining.
Yeah.
like you used to always say that you had a mental block of going backwards.
Me?
Yeah, and like a backflip and backwards.
Oh yeah.
You don't like going on a train backwards? Is that any
That's just because I get travel sick.
Ignore that.
I get like, I've been on the stage before and I've had a mental block.
Yeah.
A fun fact on live finals of Britain's Got Talent, it happened actually. Most of you would have noticed, and I'm not really told any of you because it's embarrassing. But
You can't notice.
we changed it, well, we made up the whole dance basically the night before, and then we changed it like the night before as well. So I was like really, really stressed about that. But I get very angry easily as well, so I got very angry and stressed. And then I was doing the dance on the stage on the final in front of everyone on TV, 10 million people, and then my mind just goes completely blank and I'm just stood. And I know what you mean, like when you just get a mental block, you don't know where you are, you don't know what you're doing, you just lose your whole mind. And then I go wrong, and then I just try to pick it back up. So I'd say if you do have mental blocks, you've just got to try and move past them and think you're going to be okay, and just try and think of what the next thing is that you've forgotten, or try not to stress because that'll make it 10 times worse, which I need to learn myself.
Yeah. And sorry. Go on.
Sorry. No,
And like also, I think sometimes having like a positive attitude and think it's hard, obviously, and I definitely had mental blocks because I think pressure brings it on.
Yes, definitely.
But like, say for example, you're going in thinking I'm gonna have a mental block now. Like you might kind of convince yourself that's gonna happen. So if you try and forget about it, I know it's so hard, and like just kind of put it back in your mind and like stay positive. It might help.
Yeah.
But,
Someone said, well, quite a few people I've seen have said OCD.
Yeah.
But that's like such a wide, like.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Lots
yeah.
of different types of
Like,
OCD,
but
types.
We've watched a program, haven't we, Julie? I watched you guys did on OCD, and it was so interesting because I just had no idea like how severe and how common it actually
Like
is.
I know people who like can't move stuff in their room. So
Yeah,
like
same.
one thing, if like that's what it is, like you could like slightly turn like something like the slightest bit and just leave it like that for a week, and then like the next week like move something else a tiny bit, and then you'll realise that life does go on, and you'll like be really proud of yourself.
And if you've got like a thing where you have to do a certain routine for your sleep, like say touch the light switch 10 times, whatever, stuff like that, then like do like the same thing, like try each night just to stop one of the things you do.
Yeah.
And then also I know that counselling can definitely help with OCD because I've seen it happen with someone. So 100% speak to people and speak to a professional because they'll be able to give you ways that we wouldn't know because we've not experienced it.
Yeah, definitely. Someone said flight anxiety, and I don't have like flight anxiety, but I like don't like flying.
Yeah.
And then I read something, and it said that you're more likely to like injure yourself from walking than on a plane.
And I've seen that, but with crashing a car. And
Yeah.
everyone drives cars. Not many people
Drive
are
a car to
as
the
worried as they
airport.
are in a plane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like you're actually like walking out of your house, you're more likely to like injure yourself than actually flying, and that actually made me feel okay.
But like it's quite understandable being scared of flying because you're in the air. You can't. A lot of people's like you can't control it.
It's just like it's not natural to fly.
No, that's where
Do
my
you know what I mean? Like,
death anxiety comes in because I think I'm going to die every time I get on a plane. But you just got to do it, and you've got to force yourself to do these things so you don't get stuck. Because if you could never go on a plane, how are you ever going to have a relaxing holiday to be therapeutic?
A lot of people are talking about weight and like self-image, which is obviously
Yeah.
a really like relevant topic to today's society. And people are talking about like from one extreme to another, so being like diabetic and maybe overweight in their opinion, and then in the other extreme is being like anorexic. So.
And there's also someone who said like she gets called anorexic, but she's not.
Yeah.
You've
Just 'cause she's
experienced
skinny.
that, I think.
Yeah, like people just like to judge you probably because you're actually perfect, and they just would like to be like you. So
Yeah, sorry. I also find that a lot of people find it okay to comment like you're too skinny, but they
Yeah.
often wouldn't say you're too fat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Because
But
no
it's
one's
just
too fat or too skinny. Like it's not a thing. Like
you're just you.
yeah, it's
someone
just
said self-confidence tips. Should we give like one each?
so confident.
I would say one every single day. Say one thing about yourself that you love, whether it's
I like
like
that.
whether it's like your shoes, you like your shoes, or you like your nails, like, or you can even be something about your personality. It doesn't have to be like your appearance. So just like one thing.
Yeah. Or like something you can do is at night, say like write down like one good thing that's like happened to you, like something that you like enjoy about doing. Like you might enjoy your outfit. Like someone might have given you a compliment, so if someone gives you a compliment, you can write that
Yeah.
down type thing.
Really
And you'll
nice.
have just a book of happiness.
Yeah, you can read it. Oh, sorry.
Mine would be to try and not, it's so hard, not care what other people think, because I think that brings your confidence down if you're always
Yeah,
wondering what they're
definitely.
thinking.
Mhm.
It's quite hard because I was gonna say what my mum used to make me do is say 3 things that I like about myself, because I hate saying things I like about myself, and also 3 things that I'm grateful for. So
Yeah.
that's all like positive in your mind, and you should like realise how lucky you are to be alive and have the life you do. And
Yeah, people like often when something bad is happening to them, like they don't realise like that their life is still amazing and beautiful. So like what I've been trying to do recently is realise like how lucky I actually am to just even like have a bed to sleep in. Like thousands of people don't have that and they die for like your life. So sometimes if you try and put your life into like perspective to like other people's lives, it might make you feel a bit better about yours.
Definitely.
just kind of look for something.
Random question, but are you introverts or extroverts?
Introverts.
What does that mean?
Are
Like,
you like outgoing? You're an extrovert.
Introvert.
I would say extra. You think?
Yeah.
Extrovert, introvert.
Me,
Oh.
me and
She's
see,
not outgoing at all.
That's
I
what
just why we're called introvert.
Oh, okay.
introvert.
Because we're not ex.
I
We're
just
just extra though.
Extra.
Definitely introverts.
Yeah, we don't like speaking to people.
No, we leave that up to them, and we'll just be like going.
Especially new people were like standing at the back like.
Hi. I
Like,
always
how are
stutter
you,
because I get nervous. I'm like,
But you guys just don't care.
No, like if someone doesn't like me, I don't care. Like at all.
That's not the same thing.
I've just seen
Good
something.
work.
I've scrolled up and
That's
seen
good.
it about depression and suicidal thoughts.
I can't find any like.
I think something that can lead on to that, like prior, is like self-harm, which
Yeah.
is a video one as well.
I also think that
Excellent.
if you have got depression and you're not doing anything to try and help it, you should just, like we always say, speak to someone. Even if it's not a counsellor, speak to someone you trust. But I'd highly suggest a counsellor because that's what they're good at, like that's their profession.
Yeah.
So they will know how to help you. And also, if you've got suicidal thoughts, like again, try and do the positive thinking, like
And
3
speak
things you
out.
like, 3 things you're grateful for, and
Yeah, I think I think like what a lot of people don't understand is if you go to a counsellor and it's like not working for you, that's not a problem with you. That might just like not be the right counsellor for you.
Yeah.
So always like try again because there's no point in just like giving up. You can try again. You can like get help. So
yeah,
Mhm.
takes a while.
Definitely.
but
Someone
towards it.
said something about them having diabetes. So she's diabetic and she's 8'9".
Oh.
So that must be like hard because
Yeah.
you're young and you might not like understand. But my friend in college is diabetic and it doesn't change anything. Like I knew her, and like before I knew that she was diabetic, and then when she told me, like it didn't change anything. And if people are nasty to you about it, then make sure you tell someone. And realise that if people don't like you because you're diabetic, then they're not worth like your time, and just make sure to get them out of your life and speak to someone.
Yeah, I think something to be proud of and be like realise how brave you are because that's a hard thing to go through.
Yeah.
Diabetes.
At a
Like,
young age.
we can just go to the shop and eat a packet of sweets, whereas like you have to take your thing round,
And
you
they
have
have
to do that every time
often
you eat.
injections.
So it's something to be really proud of because what you're going through is not easy and you'll be doing amazing.
Yeah,
so.
you're a warrior.
Inspirational.
Yeah.
Someone said here, any tips on peer pressure?
I was just
And like, I feel like peer pressure is something that really like affects so many people because you are influenced by like your
Yeah.
friends and trying to look like cool and fit in and
With
go along with
me,
the crowd.
Like I'm so stubborn, so if I don't want to do
God,
something, like
shit.
I won't do it. But I
That's
know that
true.
some people are like insecure about themselves and want to fit in, so they might give into peer pressure.
I think with me it depends on the situation. Like if someone handed me a cigarette and was trying to force me to, I know I'm strong enough to say I don't want to do that and I
Yeah.
would never be pressured into doing that. But if I feel like in a certain situation where I feel like I'm being controlled or something, I'm quite like we're both shy. So I know for me like I find it hard to speak out and be like, no, I don't want to.
Yeah.
But it just depends on the situation. So
Yeah.
you've got to definitely try and like know who you are and know that you can do what you want. It's
Like,
not up to anyone else.
Yeah, and like you're strong enough to like have your own opinion and you're strong enough to like stand by that. So.
Yeah.
I feel like you're like different to a lot of, well, you're both 18, but like because you've been 18 for a while, like Ali doesn't like drink much and she's not doesn't just go along with the crowd and like
Yeah.
not strong.
Yeah, so do I.
Like someone once tried to like
It's
skip me.
expectations
And
of your age.
what they don't know is that I'm intolerant to quite a lot of alcohol because it's got potatoes in. And some boy at a party was like, "Oh, taking the mick out of me because I wasn't drinking," saying, "Oh, he's such a wimp." Poured alcohol into my drink, and I said, "I'll have you know, I'm actually allergic to alcohol." And then he was like, "Oh."
But like
I'm so
still,
sorry."
you don't like
It's
go.
If you don't want to, you
You
don't
don't
have
like
to.
you don't go
No.
to town and like get drunk and
No,
everything like.
that just doesn't appeal to
And
me.
like she doesn't stand out like out of the crowd. Like she's still got friends.
You can have a good time without drinking.
Yeah. They said tips, so let's say tip each.
For what?
I forgot.
Peer pressure.
Be strong and know your worth, because your worth belongs.
I've got one. I would say think about the future. So
Yeah.
if in it, just think, am I going to regret this in like a couple of weeks? And if the answer is yes, then why? Also, think, would my mum
Yeah.
say?
Or my grandma.
Yeah,
or
would
something
my
like that.
mum say yes to me doing this? And if the answer is no, then it's not a good idea. Even if it's I don't know, that's still not a good idea.
Maybe if there's people influencing you in a negative way, then the thing that we did about relationships, video on that, maybe you should try and remove yourself from that environment and try and find friends that don't do that.
Yeah. And someone said,
Yeah.
please talk about social media, and you.
Oh yeah, so there's like a new update on the phone for like screen time. And like I think a problem with social media is people get really addicted and it's literally like a drug. So with screen time you can limit like how long you spend on social media or games. So like I've tried to set myself to an hour every day, which like seems a lot, but it's not really if you spend 15 minutes here or there. And then it just pops up on your screen and then you can like, you have to stop. So maybe try that if you feel addicted.
That'd be hard.
Yeah, because I on social media so much.
Me too.
And it is a really good thing, I think.
Yeah.
But it's also got lots of negatives. We did a whole video on
Yeah, apparently it like affects your mental health when you're on social media, but
Someone's asked about 7 times about how do you cope with missing someone when you're not going to see them for a long time.
is that like separation from
Could you
Maybe.
like maybe like I don't know if you have like
a phone?
a phone. Well, obviously you've got a phone 'cause you're on this, but like if the person you're missing doesn't have a phone, maybe you could FaceTime them because that really does help.
Or even write letters. I know it's old fashioned now, but
But if they've not
It's
got
kind
a
of
phone,
cute getting a
Yeah, I
letter.
feel
or
like-
if you both got laptops, Skype.
Yeah.
I know,
Yeah, I
like,
think
no one
seeing
uses that,
them
but-
and having a conversation might make you forget about like the feelings and make you feel like you're with them for a while. And that
And
might
also,
help.
if it's like, say if it's your boyfriend or girlfriend, know that if you're in that relationship, like you're hopefully secure. And know that, or even if it's not your boyfriend, even if it's just a relationship with a friend or a family member, know that you're secure in that friendship or relationship, and that person feels the same to you. And try and think positively about it in case. Like, if you're thinking negatively, you're going to be like, say if it's boyfriend, what if they're cheating on me, what if they're doing this, what if they're doing. But you just got to try and think positive, like, they love you, you're secure in your relationship, so.
Like sometimes I feel if people are thinking negatively, they create problems that aren't there.
Yeah.
I do that
Me too, scenarios
all
in
the
your
time.
head. You just make it worse, so.
also,
Sorry.
sorry, I was just on that. Are you
No,
on?
I'm going on to
like know that you on your own like is like just as good. Like sometimes people may be in a relationship and they feel like on their own they're nothing.
Yeah.
I can't explain
No,
it, what
know
I mean,
what you
but like they feel like they can only be like
worth
worth
something.
something when they're
If
with that
someone's giving,
person.
like, them
Yeah.
love, yeah.
But know that like you on your own is just as special and like
Your
I
worth.
can't explain what I
The
mean.
world.
No, I think we got
Yeah.
one. So.
someone said about their parents splitting up, and they said that they knew that me and Ali have gone through that, but theirs was like just split up, so that must be like hard for them, and they asked for advice. And I would say like as long as if you still want to speak to your parents like about it, like both of them, then that's great because we still keep in contact with both of our parents, and if we're ever upset, we can speak to them both. And in the end, like you do, like I know you might not think this, but you do get used to it, and it becomes your normal life in the end, and that's all you know. So just like keep going and make sure that you keep in contact with both your parents if that's what you want.
Yeah, and I think like on the day like it happened for me, like it seemed like the worst thing in the world. Like it was awful feeling at first, but like now it's like been months. I feel like I have a better relationship with my dad, and I feel like quite a lot happier because I think the house tapping it will get easier because like you said, it becomes normal.
Yeah.
So don't feel like it's the end of the world because you will come out of this like hole.
Yeah, but
and-
then also at the same time, if like you sometimes feel really sad about it and you're like, but I was fine, like why am I sad about it? Like that's also normal because
Oh,
it is
that
really
still
different.
happens to me now. Like I have a day where I feel sad about it and I'm like, this was months ago.
Yeah,
That's
but that's like
okay.
normal because it is different and it is your
And
family.
it's a huge thing as well.
But like you will be okay from this.
Try and speak to someone about it because
Mhm.
did that help you?
yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. Like I spoke I spoke to my mum, I spoke to Nathan, and like just to reassure me that I wasn't going crazy and why I was still crying, but it's fine to cry. It's normal.
One of the topics I saw was autism. I don't know really what to say about autism. I
It's
feel
such a wide. I feel like everyone is on the autistic spectrum because it's so wide.
at some point or another.
I think you are, aren't you? No, like
Everyone
I
believes that I have Asperger's. Is that how you say it?
Burgers.
Well, you know that
Asperger's.
test online, is that like a legit?
My mum's always thought it about me, and
That's
now
partly
everyone
why she can't change
decides.
plans as well.
Everyone has decided that I am Asperger's.
But that's not a problem. Like,
No,
I don't
like
know.
it's not like when you
Yeah.
we were like.
I
oh,
just
you've got it.
sometimes
you
will have
still
some
don't want to,
outbreaks of complete weirdness out of nowhere.
Sometimes.
And
Like before we all
that's
knew that
okay.
she like possibly had it. We're just exactly the same
Yeah.
friendship
Yeah.
wise as we ever had.
yeah, and I think it's nothing to be ashamed of.
I feel
at
like
all.
when you say like autism, everyone sort of freaks out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
and
think
I
like
also
a different
think
human.
some of the like most autistic people are some of the most clever.
Yeah.
Cleverest. That's not a word.
Stephen
The most
Hawking.
clever people.
Is that
You
an
missed out
example?
on that one.
Was he
I did.
autistic?
Don't think so.
I don't think so.
Not an example.
No, I
But like,
I know
some
what
people
you
are just so clever, and like, if you are going through autism, be proud of it, and just know that's who you are, and that's
Yeah.
amazing.
it's just like it's just like kind of like it's your personality, and we all have different personalities, so it doesn't really make a
And,
difference.
and like Julia said, it's so wide that nearly everyone will be on
yeah,
the
so if
spectrum
someone's being
somewhere.
nasty to you about having autism, no, in your head, you may have it as well. So
Someone said I get stressed really easy. Any tips on how to deal with that?
Remember to breathe.
Mhm.
But that's all I got. Just like know that like if you're stressing about something and say you feel really panicky about it, know that like it will end.
Says you.
Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you're not gonna be panicking like forever in your life.
She's
Like
a
it will
psychologist,
end,
you see. So.
I also think with stress, you need to like maybe think of the bigger picture. So I know I get stressed very easily over little things, and I'm gonna be like trying to think of the bigger picture. And there's a lot worse things I could be like stressed about. And also, like Becky said, breathing's so important because when I get stressed, I get really angry inside, and it makes me like not breathe and stuff. So you need to remember to breathe in through your nose, not through your mouth.
yeah, breathing into your nose and out through your mouth can change.
It
Like,
sounds stupid.
your like
Yeah.
heart, like it calms you down so much.
Yeah. And it makes you feel like more in control as well. I feel like when
Yeah.
people have anxiety, they feel like not in control. But if you know that you can control your breathing, so you can control like how you're feeling, and then you can carry on from there.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not. I need to.
Someone put here dealing with grief. That was a subject we didn't go. We
We
wanted to
actually
touch
want
on
to
that.
do that, yeah, but
I think I've never really lost like
neither really.
I have lost not like a close family member, so it's not affected my life
Neither.
that much. But I can't imagine what it would be like.
No, it seems like one of the hardest things.
Yeah.
Really. And I'm quite glad to have not really
Yeah.
gone through it properly. But
Everyone
if you
will.
are going through it right now, just as hard as it is, again, try to think positively and
And
say
say
if
to
the person
someone.
was ill, maybe they're better off, because if they were in pain, you don't want to see a loved one in pain, but at the
Yeah.
same time, like you just said,
Yeah, just speak to someone like else and about how you're feeling, because that can really help you. And like maybe even like write a letter to them, and then like you can like put it in the sea or something, or let it go, and or like people write things on balloons and then let them to the sky, and that can sometimes make them feel
Yeah,
better.
because you don't have to like forget that they like ever existed.
No,
Because
yeah.
obviously you can't do that, but you can like remember all the good times.
yeah, I know that they'll like always will support you in everything you do, and just
You have all the amazing memories.
angel
Yeah.
will look after you.
And know that like everything happens for a reason, which is so hard to think when like
You go
you
through
know
stuff.
that like it's a bad thing that's happened, and then you're like, why did that happen? But it will have happened for a reason.
Some people keep saying any tips on fitting in.
Yeah, I've just seen that.
Like a lot of people are saying that. But then I think that
Don't
it's
fit in.
good not to fit. It's good to be unique.
I think
Definitely.
don't seclude, is that a word?
Succumb.
No, I think you mean don't make yourself out of it.
Exclude yourself.
Yeah.
From like certain situations. So like I'm not a fan of going to parties, but I know my mum's always been like, you have to go because you need to like have your friends and
Yeah.
be. I'm not a very sociable person, so I need to be more sociable and like keep my friends. But if they're doing stuff that you don't feel comfortable doing, then you don't have to do that just to fit
Yeah,
in.
and if you're talking about like fitting in, like by the way you dress, like you can just wear whatever you want, because
It's not
what
to
even
anyone
is
else.
fitting in? Like fitting in with what? There's nothing to fit in with. You
Yeah.
just be yourself.
Someone said here, hi, I'm a closeted gay man and my family are extremely homophobic. Any tips for me coming out? We did discrimination as a topic, but we
Yeah.
never really talked
It's
about.
so hard when it's your family members.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to lose your family. Then you also want to be able to be yourself.
Yeah.
This I find this really hard.
Yeah.
On what to
Because
give
we've not
advice.
really experienced it, but
Yeah.
maybe like I would say try and come out so that you can be yourself. But
Yeah, and if
And
they-
explain
Maybe
maybe
pick
how
one
much.
family member who's the least.
Yeah.
Yeah, if there's like one it doesn't even have to be a family member, but if there's one person you fully trust, like tell them, and maybe they could tell a family member for you, and then but you could be there if you don't want to personally
And
say.
explain how much it means to you that you want to be like accepted by them, and how
Have
much
their
you just want to
support.
be yourself, and how much happier you'd be, and maybe they might understand.
We said like about writing stuff down, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not as easy to write it down and give it to them rather than say it if you're like nervous
Yeah.
and anxious about that.
Mhm.
We hope you're okay anyway.
Yeah.
We
We support.
you.
We do.
We've done like performances for like the LGBT community. haven't we?
Yeah. That
So
pride.
we stand
feel
by
like-
you.
Like everyone treats them as different. They're not different. They're just like a normal person. Like it doesn't
Can't
really
it?
change anything.
Like,
Exactly.
It's like, oh, you like someone of the same like sex as you, like cool.
Big
Like,
deal.
I hope you find happiness the same way anyone else would. You know.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Everyone
and
else
there's
is
loads of like support
Just don't get it.
groups on like Facebook that
Yeah.
you can probably like find people to talk to if because they might have struggled with like coming out to their family as well. So definitely find some like support groups on Facebook or any other social media.
But be careful on who you're talking to on social media.
Mm.
That's another thing, like topic we did was on social media about grooming and catfishing, but definitely like you should join like support groups and not just be careful you don't like maybe meet up with them and stuff like that.
There's bullying here. She was bullied for being disabled, which is really like sad to hear for her.
There's nothing.
We
you
did a
can do.
video on bullying and we basically just spoke about speaking out because that's the main thing that you can do to
Yeah.
try and stop bullying.
I feel like
Try and report it.
some people, like the bully will threaten them saying, if you tell them I'll do this to you or whatever. But just know that that's probably not true, and if you do tell them and they can't do that thing they're saying they're going to do to you because something will hopefully be done about it.
Yeah.
There'll be a
But
consequence.
We were saying there should be more support in like school and
Yeah.
lessons on
And like anonymous things like text
Yeah.
systems and email
Yeah.
systems.
So that you can like text like the teacher or someone anonymously, so then the teacher can address it without like the bully finding out that it was you. So
Yeah.
that's really something that should get done. I don't know if there's much more.
people bullying
2
for being
months
ginger.
post scoliosis surgery today.
One of my
I couldn't
good
relate
friends
to
is
it.
ginger.
What?
Oh, my dad's ginger. so
I'm
my mum's
2
ginger.
months post scoliosis surgery today.
That's not like wow, that's amazing. Since you're like still getting on social media and like it's really good that you're still.
I'm not sure what this one means.
Because 2
but
months isn't
one
actually. I was like struggling a lot at 2 months, so it does get better from there.
Someone said, I don't know if you guys will be able to help with this, but I have facial
Figurement.
disfigurement causing me to always feel self-conscious in public and will avoid contact with anyone as I'm scared of what they will think of me. That's really sad. And like Poppy said before, as hard as it is, you've got to try and not listen to what others think of you because their opinion on you is kind of irrelevant.
It's the people close to you and the people you care about, which their opinions relevant. Like if I did something, I'd be worried that my mum wouldn't like thing rather than someone I don't even know. Like
Yeah.
who are they to judge?
Like I know I care a lot what other people think of me, but like when you're in situations like that, you just got to try and think, why does their opinion matter really? Like
And
you might not ever even see them again, and you're
Yeah.
beautiful just the way you are.
And
so.
what we said before, like say like one thing that you love about yourself. Like doesn't have to be about your appearance, like even about your clothes or your personality.
Yeah.
Just that of it.
And be
really
proud.
boosts your confidence.
Of
And
this.
yeah, and there's like so much more to a person than their appearance.
Yeah.
So like don't think that you're only
Superficial if it's all about your look,
Yeah.
it's what's inside. There's one here about phobias which you didn't really go into, and it says I have agoraphobia.
Is that spiders?
Oh, that's arachnophobia.
That's
It's
like-
a fear of going
like
large
open
spaces,
spaces.
and
Right.
so they tend not to go
I
outside.
often avoid places or situations that might cause you to panic and make you feel trapped, helpless, or embarrassed.
Yeah, I'd say like if you're scared of going out into like a space like by yourself, maybe go with someone that you trust.
Yeah. I'd also say start like with a smaller space,
Yeah.
say, and then like gradually get bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
Like don't just go straight into it at once
Yeah.
because that might
And
not
find
help,
ways
but-
to cope. So maybe like listen to music, like if you're going into a space that might distract you and stuff like that.
And like go somewhere that like you know. So don't go like
Yeah.
to some random place.
That
You
you've
won't
never
know.
seen before.
Here,
That's
exam
sensible.
stress. We didn't really touch on school either. There's like so many topics we wanted to do,
Yeah.
but we couldn't get
Yeah.
people. But obviously, school like affects everyone because a lot of people go to school. And like, I would say like, just like sometimes for like exams, maybe make like a timetable of your revision schedule so you know when you're doing it and like when you get breaks, and it like saves time like in the long run. And it like helps your brain. Yeah, I had like a series of episodes on my YouTube, like only like 2 or 3, with like exam like tips and revisions and
I
check
just
them
say
out if it
like,
helps.
just revise as early as you can, and remember
Yeah.
that an exam is not the end of the world.
Can I say those two are the exact thing? I was about to say that's how similar we are.
And if you make a timetable but you like don't manage to like fit like a certain day in that you were trying to do, that's not the end of the world either.
Yeah.
So like let yourself have like some fun as well. So I know when you were revising, when you got stressed, I would say like take 10 minutes now and like go downstairs and like, have a drink or something and then get
I'm
back
bad
to
at
it, and it
that.
like helps you clear your mind and stuff. So
Yeah.
I don't think there's much more to cover.
But you
If
can
there
go
is,
through any comments
if
that
there is,
you've
you can
missed.
DM us
Yeah,
on
definitely.
Instagram. Use the hashtag BeHeardMG. But that's the end of BeHeard.
Thank you all so much for
Well-
all your support on every single video because it's been so amazing.
Yeah. If you're watching this after, like, if we're not live anymore,
If you didn't get
The
to your
link-
comments, they
yeah.
can comment it and you'll get back to them.
Yeah.
if you didn't, what was I saying?
I don't know, sorry, train of thought.
Oh yeah, if you're not watching this live and you're watching it like after it's been posted, then all the links to the other episodes will be in the description, so check the rest of the episodes out. If we didn't like cover what you were asking, we might cover them in another episode. So
And like if you shared your story, you're really brave and we're like
Yes.
inspired by,
yeah, thank you
by your
all.
speaking
And
out because that's what's
We
really
wouldn't have been able to do this series without you guys speaking
Yeah.
out. So
Mhm.
thank you.
Thank you for getting involved and like being so supportive of our stories as well.
And we hope it's helped.
Yeah, we hope we've
Were you about to say
tried
that?
to. Yeah, I was.
See? Similar.
Stay tuned for the next thing that we, do.
And also, tune in to Challenge MerseyGirls, which has got 2 more episodes left
Just
now.
to change the topic completely.
Well, let's end it how we always end
Oh
it.
wait. Also, you can buy our merch.
Oh yeah.
Right, check the link in the description if you're watching this later, and if not, then go to our Instagram and check the link in our bio. For our merch,
Yeah, we love it.
amazing, like
So
hoodies, tops that we've signed and everything, so yeah, check it out.
Be there or be square.
Mm-hmm.
How do we always end it, guys?
Keep smiling.
Keep smiling.
Bye guys.
Okay. 3, 2.